If you press play, you're watching Globalize TV. I'm sitting here with the man behind Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs, Orlando Higginbottom. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I can't really complain, thank you for asking. But welcome to Tassie. It's the 10th anniversary of the Falls Festival at Marion Bay. But your father, he's a professor at Oxford and also the conductor of the New College Choir. What does he think of your electronic dance music?
He's very supportive. I don't know if he, would choose to listen to it, but that's absolutely fine. We've got lots of music where we cross over anyway, we share similar passions about music, so, but yeah, he says he likes it.
What did you listen to when you were growing up? What sort of music were you brought up on?
Classical music at first, and which is like, it was there, it was my choice, it wasn't like it was force-fed, it was just like that's what I was picking up. And then I kind of started picking things up off my big brothers and sisters and ended up getting into sort of jungle and drum and bass and stuff when I was about 13, something like that.
And so you're classically trained. And does that help you when you're writing electronic music? Because people don't realise how complicated and complex electronic music can be.
Yeah, it does. It helps, of course. I mean, I would say that a lot of electronic music is actually really musically very simple. It's just that the sounds are quite impressive, You've seen over the last couple of years, because of the technology, how many, people have been able to write music that sounds good, over a sound system. And you don't have to be an accomplished musician in any way to be able to make a house track that works in a club. But of course it can get complicated and more interesting than that.
Do you find yourself getting more and more complicated with your the stuff you're writing now?
Yeah, sure. I think sometimes I try and make it a bit more nerdy than it needs to be. No, I try not to think about that kind of stuff too much. Just get on with music.
You have quite iconic style on stage. So you've got, and in Garden you've got a headpiece on, and you've been known to have different dinosaur costumes for every sort of tour. What are we going to expect tonight when you go on stage? What are we going to see? Is that a surprise?
I'm dressing up as a glittery garden hedge.
Ooh! And are you behind the designs, or?
No, I have a tiny little input, but it's kind of friends and contacts and people making stuff.
So you worked on Kinshasa,
and you produced a couple of tracks for Damon Albarn, and this was in aid of the Oxfam work in the Congo. What was it like working with Damon, or working for Damon, and is this something you're passionate about?
The project was, we had 6 days to fly out to the Democratic Republic of Congo and make a record with local musicians, and it was crazy. It was really hard work and kind of stressful, but also incredibly inspiring and interesting. Heard so much good music, and Damon was a really interesting guy to work with, very passionate, very open-minded. It was a real pleasure, it was a really kind of life-changing experience, that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Orlando, for chatting to us. It's been a pleasure, and enjoy the show and enjoy your time in Tasmania.
Thank you very much.
I'm Jonathan Hyde on Globalize TV.